Alright, what's up guys? So today we're going to be doing deadlift. I'm going to be teaching you guys the phases, and then of course I'm going to be doing some repetitions, and then I'm going to do some tips and tricks for this one. For this exercise you don't need a spotter. You can have one if it makes you comfortable, and just have them stand by you. You're going to need a barbell and two weights, as you see. And the reason is because the starting position, it's going to be a little bit too low to not do it without weights, so I've got to use weights this time. We're going to break this video down into, of course, the phases, which is the first part of the video. Then we're going to do some repetitions, and of course I'm going to be showing these from the angle that you're seeing right here, so up front. Then I'm going to be showing you them from the side. And then I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks. And then I'm going to give you guys the muscles that are going to be used and worked in this exercise. So yeah, I'll jump right into the phases. Alright, what's up guys? So right now we're going to jump into the phases of deadlift. And this is going to be simple 3 phases. I'm going to be cutting the commentary, so that way I can talk to you guys while I do this. And yeah, we're gonna get right into it.
Alright, what's up guys? So, cutting the commentary here. I'm gonna be going over the phases of deadlift. So we're gonna start with phase 1, which is obviously, just picking up the bar, getting the bar in our hands. So you're gonna want to squat down. You see my feet are about shoulder length apart. So I squat down. And then you're just gonna fully extend your legs. Don't lift it with your back, because then you're just gonna hurt your back. So as you can see, fully extend my legs. Then I poke my chest out, like so. Place it down. Stand up. And that's the phases. So I'm gonna show you the phases now. I do believe from the side. So it's just important that you keep your back straight at all times. Never lift with your back, because that's just going to be a good way to hurt your back, and we don't want anybody getting hurt, we don't want anybody getting injured or something like that. Never mind, we're going to show you the phases from front again. My bad. As you can see, lift it straight up, back is straight, knees and hips extend, and that's exactly what we want. Place it back down by squatting down. And yeah, that's what you want. That's about how you lift it. Like I said, just make sure you keep that back straight. Make sure you're extending those hips and those legs and those knees. Because if not, then you're gonna end up lifting with your back, and you're gonna end up trying to leverage yourself up, and that's just not gonna work at heavier weights. So you can see my back's neutral. Boom. All the way up, chest poked out, go back down. And yeah, I think that was a pretty good view from the side.
Alright, what's up guys? So, just did the phases, and now I'm going to do some repetitions for you guys. So we're going to start with the side view, and then we're going to work to the front view. I'm going to do like 1 set of 5 on each side, and that way you guys can see how this is supposed to work, basically when you're not, pausing and stuff like that, like I do with the phases. So yeah, I'm gonna jump right into this.
Alright, so I'm gonna break down these phases a little bit more in depth. So here we go. So we're gonna go from the side, and the reason I want to do it from the side view is because the side's really easy to see. The back is straight. So as you guys saw, I squatted down, I picked it up, my back is still straight, back is neutral, my head's looking up, my chest is out, and then we're just gonna lift this bar up. Boom. And then we squat down. As you can see, I don't bend over to put the bar down. And I don't just drop the bar when I'm all the way up. And that's how you're supposed to do the downward motion. You're supposed to flex your hips and your knees. And then on your way up, watch, I extend them. Legs are fully extended. Back is straight. Chest is out. Boom again. And again. And one more time. Alright, now we're going to do a more front view. That way you guys can see the legs are about shoulder width apart. So here we go again. Squat down, pick up the bar, come all the way up, chest poked out again. Boom. And see, it's a very fluid motion. So once the bar hits the ground, it's a very fluid motion of, it's kind of like you're squatting, but you know, instead of the bar being on your back, clearly the bar is in front of you and you're lifting the bar. And as you can see, my arms don't leave this state, which my arms are fully extended. You can see, so my arms will never leave this type of state because I'm not lifting with my arms, I'm lifting purely with my legs, and my behind muscles. And we're going to continue this, and I do believe that's the last rep. There we go.
Alright, so we're in the last part of this video. That's like the whole tips and stuff. So, if you noticed, in the video, I was gripping one bar like this, one end of the bar like this, and I was gripping the other end of the bar like this. That's not how you're supposed to do it. That's just how I do it because for me, it's always made me pushing out my chest a lot more prominent, and it makes it a lot easier to kind of signify when I've finished the upward motion. So yeah, that's wrong. You're supposed to be using a closed pronated grip, which is basically both hands on the bar are supposed to look like this, you know, fingertips foot facing you because of how you're picking the bar up. I would recommend, if you're gonna do heavier weights, probably use like a belt. We went over the weightlifting belts with the squat, just because in this exercise it's easy to get sloppy with your form and not lift as much with your legs, but to lift more with your back, and we don't want that. So the belt's gonna kind of help you realize when you're doing that. And as you noticed, especially in the side view, you know, my back was neutral. It was flat. And when I was down, as you saw in the down motion, I would keep my head up. I would keep looking up. That's always helped keep the back neutral. And then when you pop up, make sure that you poke your chest out. You should feel yourself poke it out. It should be like a popping type of feeling in your upper chest. So once you feel like that popping type feeling of like your chest is pushed out, that's when you know that you've completed the upward phase. And of course, your legs got to be straight, arms got to be straightened out, all that stuff. This is an exercise where it's pretty impactful to know what your max is. Just because this is another one of those power exercises where it's really good for developing a more explosive nature, whether you're an athlete or not. It's just a really good thing for explosion. And some people may be confused, like why are we doing deadlift with this dumbbell, and why aren't we doing it with like a trap bar? And I'll go over what trap bar is after I do the muscles being used, because it was pretty confusing to me. Because coming out of high school, all I used was a trap bar. I never used a barbell. So I'll go over why it is we're not using the trap bar. I'll go over what a trap bar is and stuff like that. But yeah, I think, just keep your back straight. Lift with your legs. Don't lift with your back. Make sure you've got that closed pronated grip, so both hands should be like this. And wear a belt around your waist if you need to. And I'd say that's the end of this. And now we're going to move on to the muscles being used.
Alright, so now we're going to go to the muscles being used, and before we do that, I said I was going to go over the trap bar. So here's a trap bar. You basically step into the middle of it, and you can see these grips right here poking out. You take hold of those, and you literally just go through the same motion as a regular deadlift. However, your arms are just in a different place. They're by your side instead of being in front of you. Okay, and now we're going to get on to deadlift and the muscles being used in deadlift. So first off, we got the vastus lateralis, vastus intermedius, and the rectus femoris. So all of these are muscles. So two of these are muscles in your hips. Well, all of these are actually muscles in your hips. Got the gluteus maximus. This is going to help a lot with the explosion of the exercise. Got the semimembranosus and semitendinosus. These are also in the hip. Then we got the biceps femoris. And that's it. Those are the only muscles that are being used so far. I'm in deadlift. I'll go over them one last time just to make sure you guys get that. And yeah, that's it. I would say the only thing that I would also want to go over in this video is probably another quick little refresher of the phases. So as you can see, this is our starting phase, pronated grip. Yeah, don't switch hands like I do. I do this purely out of comfort, just because it's comfortable for me. It's what I'm used to. But don't do that. Always have a pronated grip. And then you're just gonna boom, lift up. As you can see, my chest is out. My legs are extended. Feet are shoulder width apart. And then you're just gonna squat back down and place it. Just make sure that you're always keeping your back straight, your back neutral. And make sure that you're squatting down. Don't bend. Don't drop the barbell. Don't drop the weight. Don't bend over and put it down. You're just gonna hurt your back. This is an exercise that's really easy to hurt your back in, and I have a lot of experience from that. Because when I first started doing deadlifts with a barbell instead of a trap bar, I hurt my back quite a bit. I will admit a trap bar is a lot easier to use than a barbell. So yeah, just make sure that you're just keeping that back straight. Make sure you're lifting with your legs, not your back. It's so important to do that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.